As you know, earlier today we announced that we'll be taking the program in a new direction, the leadership of the program in a new direction. First and foremost, want to thank Coach Granado for everything that he's poured into this program in the last 7 seasons. He's an amazing person. He's an incredible Badger. He'll always have a place here, and he'll be remembered that way. And nobody has given more to this program than Coach Granado and his staff. At the end of the day, this program has a history and a legacy that has the highest of expectations. And it deserves a chance at getting back to a championship level, consistently getting back to a championship level. It's earned 6 national championships, 17 conference championships. And everybody in and around this program, including mostly, more so, the players on this team, some of which are here today, have a desire for it to get back to that level. And so we will conduct a national search. It's a wide open, blank slate to find the next leader of this program that can help us get to that level of consistency and that level of success. Just a couple of housekeeping notes. We've secured a search firm Turnkey to help us with that. We've worked with them in the past and have had great results. So with that, I'm happy to take any questions.
We'll start over here on the right with Todd.
Chris, can you walk us through the timeline of when you made the decision, how you communicated it, when you talked to Tony about it, those kind of things?
Yeah, obviously we've been monitoring the season as it's gone on, and clearly this season didn't go the way that anyone had hoped. I was in Michigan over the weekend. I got back late last night, and Tony and I met at 11 o'clock this morning. We had a talk. It was important for Tony to meet with the staff, and then earlier this afternoon, he met with the team, followed by me, and here we are today.
Mark.
Chris, I just want to get your thoughts on kind of what are some of the must-haves for the next coach?
Yeah, I think, listen, this program, I think, has a lot to offer, and I think is very attractive, and I'm confident can attract a top-tier coach with a proven track record of success. And but as important is someone who understands and appreciates Wisconsin and what it means here, understands the expectations, understands that what Wisconsin values, understands that this program is more than championship level hockey on the ice. It's the highest of expectations off the ice, in the classroom. It's a long game here. But I'm confident that that person exists, and I'm confident that person will be excited about this program.
Jim.
Chris, other than hiring someone to lead the program, is there anything that the department can do or the university can do to help out whoever gets hired? I mean, does the athletic department need to do more to help this program, do you think?
Well, I think it's a good question, Jim. I think there's a commitment from all of us that has been made and will lead to the type of success that we expect here. As we speak, there's a construction project happening on the backside of this building that is a pretty big commitment to the hockey program, and so I think that adds to the appeal and the attractiveness of this position, of this job, and I'm confident we'll find somebody that sees it the same way. But I think though we have embraced the reality that throughout the department, that the championships that are won within any of our sports aren't limited to the head coach or the coaching staff, and it's a holistic model of support, and that's what will be required for us to get to where we need to be.
Go ahead, Todd.
Can you speak to what the status is of the rest of the coaching staff? Has there been any move made there? What do you see their position being as in this transition kind of time here?
Yeah, the only coach that'll stay on through the interim period is Coach Andy Brandt.
Mark?
Chris, obviously last spring, you guys, you extended Tony's contract. I guess I'm just wondering, this year, record aside, did you see any areas of progress, and if so, where?
I would tell you there were areas in which I was extremely proud, and is demonstrated by the young men in this room. I thought we fought extremely hard the entire season. I thought this group of young men was tenacious. I thought they fought all season long, and so I think that there are enough pieces in place on our team, and what I know about this roster, that there's enough talent, but there is certainly enough will and heart to be successful in the future. And so those are areas in which I was extremely impressed.
Carly?
Yeah, Chris, you said you were monitoring, throughout the season. Was there a point in the season where you just felt that there was going to have to be a change in leadership, or did you just want to wait till the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, the season, had its ups and downs. I didn't think that it was the right thing to disrupt the season, and so I decided to make the decision when I did.
I guess just aside from overall record this season, what other factors did you evaluate that went into your decision?
I mean, the overall assessment of the program is beyond just this season, and it's an evaluation of the trajectory of the program and what direction are we heading. And I just felt it was the time to make a change. I felt that the program wasn't heading in the direction that it needed to, and I'm excited about the direction that we're going to go in the future and the development that'll take place within this team and this program that'll lead to success in the future.
Back to Todd.
Knowing how important transfer portal and things like that are now that weren't maybe a few years ago, how important is it for you to move quickly in your search, and does that possibly take out some people who are currently with teams and maybe for the next few weeks? I wonder if you can address some of that.
Yeah, I mean, certainly the dynamics that exist today in this environment add some complexities to a search like this. I would tell you that my priority is to get this search right. And sure, there's urgency, and we'll be expeditious, but not at the cost of getting the search right. And I hope that the players on our current team are patient and can trust that we're going to find a leader that they can be fired up about and confident in where we're heading. But there's no getting around the realities of the day, Todd, and I think it's more important that we get this decision right for the long term.
Mark, you have another?
Chris, I guess I was curious if you can share, was there a buyout, and if so, are there any details that you can share in terms of what the buyout was for Tony?
Yeah, I would just tell you, no changes have been made to Tony's contract since last summer. And so our parting of ways abides with those terms.
Todd?
Did Tony share with you, or did you ask him what he felt didn't go right here? Because when he was hired, everyone thought this was something that was going to be, a lot of us have talked about a sure thing. It did a couple of seasons, but it didn't for others. Did you guys talk about that in along the way or even today?
I recognize that there was a tremendous amount of excitement 7 years ago, and for one reason or another, as we sit here today, we have not achieved what we all had hoped to achieve. Tony and I had a good conversation today. I left that conversation with more respect than I've ever had for him, but probably will come as no surprise that what happened in that room and the conversation we have will stay between the two of us.
Ty, keep going.
This has to be difficult for you too. You mentioned how good of a person Tony is. I think everyone who knows him knows that. But the business side of this, I wonder how much that weighs on you, though. I mean, you obviously had to move on in football and go a different direction there earlier this school year, and now with hockey, that's a lot for a department to manage. Two of its bigger programs having to change in the same school year.
Yeah, there's no getting around. These are difficult decisions, especially when they affect people that you care about deeply. And there's just no avoiding that. The reality is the programs that we're talking about are bigger than any one of us, me included. And, the expectations that we have necessitate difficult decisions to be made. And, I want nothing more than the players in this program to enjoy the level of success that generations of players before them have enjoyed here. I want them to have the type of, for me personally, I want them to have the type of experience here as a Badger that I had as a Badger. And so, when you weigh those things, it points to moments like this in which you have to make difficult decisions that affect people you love, but it's for a bigger thing. It's for a bigger direction, and most importantly, it's for the players that are in this program right now, and that those will arrive in the future.